Yeah, I'm asking this because what happened last weekend with Israel Adesanya. We know he fight well. He defend his belt, but many said that he was fighting boring. He was
He
playing too
was boring.
safe. Yeah,
He was
yeah,
boring.
yeah,
I felt me. I
yeah.
felt me.
Yeah, before Adesanya get the belt, he go on blazing, go gung ho. He fight a very hard fight with Calvin Gastelum, if you remember.
Yes.
But after he become champion, he become maybe a little bit more careful about
Yeah,
yeah,
he's fighting very safe. I
yeah,
don't enjoy that. Of course, you're the champion. You need to keep the belt for the fights are hard enough.
yeah.
You can try to be a little safe. But look at Volkanovski. He risked. He pushed the pace against
Yeah, I
against
agree.
Holloway.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
still the champion. You can't fight like that. You just
yeah,
cannot sit holding your belt and then just throw some kicks here and move. It's like
yeah, yeah,
it's not even. I would say for the fans, for yourself, you go to the gym, you kill yourself for like 3 months to the fight, and go there and just throw some kicks. What
yeah,
are you
yeah,
doing? You're not improving. You're not risking anything. And I think it's not about just risking. It's about go there and be a martial artist. And in the interview, he said, "I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna try all the techniques." He didn't try anything. He just went there, control the distance, throw some jabs, some kicks, and that's it. Nothing nothing that the level that we know he can do it. If he was a guy that was technically bad, we understand it. That's the guy. That's the only way he
yeah,
can win.
yeah.
But at the Sunny, he has a lot of tools. He can go there. He can push the pace. He can strike way more. He can throw more volume. So I will expect a little bit more than him next time. But if he fits Pereira, I think he's gonna not keep the belt.
Yeah, you mentioned Volkanovski, the fight against Ortega. Wow, that's a classic. Yeah, 5 rounds with coming back and nearly lost, but he come back and win. How do you say about Volkanovski, especially he's champion in your division?
No, he's a tough guy, man. He's super strong physically. He has a good range control, good wrestling defense.
Mm.
It's not bad on the ground, but it's not his forte. He's good on top, like an MMA fighter. They can strike from the top.
Yeah,
But I doubt from the bottom he can do anything. But it's hard to put him on his back because how he's strong physically he
yeah.
is, and his wrestling defense, and his fight against Ortega, he showed good submission defense.
Mm.
Although Ortega let go of the submissions right at the end, it wasn't a defense of Volkanovski. Ortega just let go of the submission of the guillotine and then a triangle. But against this fight against Holloway, the last one, the latest one, he pushed the pace. He risked, like I said, he imposed his will, and he got a unanimous decision. But this time, there's no talking about Holloway won. No, he proved that he
Yeah,
beat him 100% this time. And it was no doubt.
yeah. Volkanovski seems unbeatable in the featherweight division. If you were to fight him, can you tell us what is your strategy to face a fighter like him?
I don't feel he's unbeatable. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
beatable. It's
Yeah,
just nobody managed yet to solve the puzzle.
yeah.
I think a guy that can give you a really hard time to him is Josh Emmett,
Just Emmett. Yeah,
because Josh Emmett is very strong physically. It's a wrestler, and he has a one-punch knockout power that Volkanovski has yet to face some
yeah,
of that power. But with me in Volkanovski, if that fight is to happen someday, I think my jiu-jitsu is the difference. I think I can do a lot of things that people can do, and I don't need a takedown to start jiu-jitsu. I don't need to
mm,
put him on his back. I can do that just from the feet if I get a good body lock, or if he gets me in a body lock, I can start the grappling exchange from there. But like again, people were surprised with my striking against Landwehr, but it's much better now. I can tell you guys, my striking improved a lot. I I feel the power on my hands,
yeah,
and so if you fight, I'll be ready to show that. But again, all my respect to Bill Alger, I'm focused on that fight, and I
yeah,
will
yeah,
keep my attention on him, and then we'll see what come next.
yeah. How do you see the situation in the featherweight division right now?
I think who wins Saturday night might have a chance to fight for the belt. But if he's a fighter Adesanya style fighting, then Josh Emmett might take the chance. But if the guys win impressively, Ortega or Rodriguez, I think they should fight for the belt. And if he is not impressive, then Josh Emmett should be the next in line.
Yeah. And how soon can we see the name Herbert Burns in the ranking?
Depends of who does the ranking. I'm gonna go there and try to put a great performance, try to get it finished this Saturday. I hope you guys, that all the journalists that I do the ranking, don't forget about the Blaze. The Blaze is coming. The Blaze had 2 finishes. He's back now, and hopefully another finish. So make sure to vote me to get into the ranking.
Herbert, how does it feel to have a brother who compete in the same MMA organization?
Oh, he's good. He's definitely an inspiration for me. I look up to him. He's putting a lot of work and he's getting rewarded for that. He still wants to be the champion like I do as well. Still working hard, striving to that goal. So, but he's a big name now. He's a big name in the UFC. He's a big drawing number for the company. And I'm very happy for him. And I'm very happy that the Burns brothers are coming to the UFC. They're doing big things together.
And how is the daily activities between Herbert and Gilbert Burns? Do you always train together? Do you competing each other in your family?
Lately, in the last few years, we kind of stopped training together a lot. We train sometimes because it's like a second world war when we train, so we can get hurt. And I was hurt for a long time, and he's kind of heavy for me now. So I need to train the guys on my weight class, and our guys like oversized for me, like he is at the moment. But he helps me a lot. I help him with the technical side of his fight. His last fight didn't corner him, but I was there. I read the opponent. I'm very good at seeing the opponent and read his tendencies, and then look at Gilbert's train. Hey, you gotta do this a little bit more. This will be better for you. So, and he helps. He's here to corner me. He helped me on his camp. So we always helping each other, but doesn't need to be in a war every day.
Herbert, everyone is very impressed in how Gilbert Burns take on Khamzat Chimaev in his last fight. How do you think about the fight?
I think it was a good fight. I thought Gilbert won, but I could see the fighting going either way. I think he should push a little bit more the pace on the start of the first round and the third round, and there will be they will leave no doubts on the judge's mind. But it was a great war. It was a great fight to watch. I'm sure the fans, I'm sure they will fight again eventually because it was such a great fight, and they still have some animosity there. So the rivalry is still very much alive. So I think they will face each other eventually. Maybe in a 5 rounds fight will be much better for Gilbert, and Gilbert will definitely be victorious. But it was a great fight. He showed his heart, his will, and he can be a champion one day because of his will and how hard he can push himself.
Herbert, I've read the stories about how your father fixed cars for free in trade for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu lesson for you, for Gilbert, for your brothers. Is that true, the story?
Yes, that's a true story. So the professor Luis Carlos, he had an old car. My dad do upholstery at home, and then this guy brought the car. We already did karate for a little bit, but we kind of stopped. And then we saw the gi, we played with the gi, we help our dad to disassemble the upholstery of the car. And he saw we playing with the gi. When it was time for the payment, my dad exchanged the payment for 1 month. 1 month of jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is very expensive. Still expensive here in Brazil. So, And then he's like, my dad like left, when the master left, he's like, oh, look, if you guys want to do this, make sure to be the best on the class. Because if you guys aren't the best, this month will end. And then he's like, all right, next month is this much, and I won't be able to pay for you guys. But if you guys are very, very, very good, I'm sure he'll let you guys train for free. I'm like, okay. So at the end of the month, there was a competition. Gilbert and I competed. Gilbert got second place. I won. And then that was the rest is history. We kept training and we kept winning, and now we're the UFC.
Herbert, before UFC, you are competing in one championship. Can you tell us the difference between these two organizations? Which one is better in your views?
It's not better. It's different. The UFC is the biggest platform in the world, so everybody wants to fight in the UFC. No disrespect to the other companies, but they're just the biggest company and the biggest platform for MMA in the world. Yeah, I had a good run on one before some problems with the will of them give me a title shot. I think at the moment it was, looking back, I have no regrets. It is what it is, but nobody had 5 wins in a row and nobody got layouts for 2 years, almost 2 years for no reason, just me. Right? So I think it was time for me to depart the company, and that's what I did. And I find myself in the UFC now. Is it different? Because UFC, I would say, it's the fans are more loud. I love the Asian fans, but it was good to fight there because I could hear my corner every single fight because everybody's quiet and something happened. They're like, oh, and then they clap and then silent again. And here in America, is everybody like going crazy and wild and screaming the whole time. So it's hard to hear your corner if the fight's going crazy. But I love the Asian fans, and they were very kind and respect to me. So there's nothing. It's just different companies. They do different formats of scoring and everything. And I'm happy where I am now at the UFC.
When you are in one championship, you are once fighting in Jakarta. Do you remember that in Indonesia? You up against, if I'm not mistaken, Nasution, Timothy Nasution. Yeah. Do you remember the fight?
Yes, I remember. I remember the fight. It was the História Senayan.
Yeah.
15,000 people. It was a good night. The fight was a tough fight for me. Nasution, it is a tough opponent, though, no doubt about that. He's a heavy hitter. He can knock people out with the knees, with the legs, with his punches. I trained really hard for that. I didn't take it lightly at all. But I knew that people would sleep on my striking, and that's how I set it up, the takedown. I threw a knee from the clinch that made he lost his legs, and then I got a double leg from there, and then as I get the back control. That's it. There's no escape from there. It'll be a tap. So I kept trying. I think I tried like 4 times to choke him out. He was so strong. He kept peeling my hand down. But yeah, the fans were. I think most of the fans were on my side. I could hear. Let's go. So yeah, I got the first round finish, and I was relieved. I'm like, wow. Hopefully this fight's over. This guy is super strong. It'll be a problem go to the second round. But there was end of the first, and then I really thought at the night, I'm like, there's no denial on these title shots now. 5 wins in a row, bro. And then I got set a little bit at the freezer.
Herbert, thank you for your time. It's a very good conversation. You are very lively. Thank you for your time, and good luck on your fight. I hope we can see you more often after you now fit again with your knee. I hope it's okay. I hope you can do it much more fight in the next time.
All right. Thank you for having me, Indonesian fans. I fought there against Francino Tirta Jiu-Jitsu before. I fought Timothy Nasution there. And I want you guys to support me this Saturday, upcoming Saturday. All right, go there, show the love for me on social media. You guys can write to me. I will try to answer most of the comments and messages, and I will go there and represent. And the Vintage Blaze will be back this Saturday.
Yeah. Thank you, Herbert.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you again. Yeah, thank you.
Terima kasih sudah menonton. Silakan subscribe, like, dan jangan lupa komen di bawah ya Bola Spotter.